Hayden. I am your host. I am joined by
Gus. I'm here, as usual.
Gus. We're pretty hype. School's coming to a close. That's pretty hype. Summer's coming. We got some good COVID news, so that's pretty hype. Right before we jump in though, make sure you're subscribing to us, because only like a third of the viewers are actually subscribed.
Or
that's
don't. It's up to you. I mean, we're America, freedom. If you don't live in America, still freedom. Boom.
Yeah, we're dumb. We're pretty dumb.
Yeah, we're dumb. Yeah. I mean, we'll say that right on. Caden's a little less dumb than me, but we don't talk about that. Okay, yeah. Continue.
So big brain. Gus's IQ would never compare to mine. I'm just that genius. Anyways, we're dumb. Don't take anything we say seriously. But anyways, let's get into testing. Like a real fun topic, I know. We had our finals this week, and that was pretty #hype.
Yes, the finals. They were super easy though because of the whole COVID thing, and that the teachers didn't really have enough time to put together a complete online retrofit of the finals that they were going to give us, so most of them just opted for just making the unit test that we were on the final. So it's kind of nice.
Yeah, that was meant. We also took the College Board AP exam for AP Human Geo, the beginner AP class, and I thought the FRQ, so it was two FRQs. One was 30 minutes time. FRQs is a frequency response question? What does the F stand for?
It's a free response question. FRQ.
Yeah, the Gus got it. Gus was talking about how I'm such a big brain guy, but Gus is actually the big brain guy.
So for this AP exam, let's just say I brought in the stealth bomber, or 3 of them. Yeah, and we dropped the nukes. Okay, we bombed. We bombed it. We bombed it real hard.
Okay, so that's crazy. I felt I'm the complete opposite of Gus, but I guess I studied, unlike some people who.
You trying to stereotype me, huh? Huh?
I guess I'm racist. Whoops. Sorry.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. That's what I thought.
But I studied quite a bit. No offense. I'm just to flex like that. Yeah, have fun paying for college, loser.
My feelings. Also, my wallet.
Yeah, rip. Student debt's pretty high. Yeah, rip Gus. But anyways, that exam for me went pretty well. I found something hilarious. The College Board was making Reddits. Like, they started doing this a long time ago. They were making Reddits, like fake Reddits that would like put people together in groups to cheat, and it would rat them out to the College Board so they could invalidate people's tests. And I thought that was insane. That's so funny.
That is,
and people found out about it.
That is, dude, College Board, big brain.
Oh, well, you should see how much money. No, I don't. College Board, I am never saying a bad thing about you, because I still have to take many more of your tests. You're great, College Board. We love you.
Mm-hmm.
But on the download, they make a bunch of money off tests. Like a ton of money. A lot. Freaking ton. A lot of money. But they didn't hear that. It's kind of scary how much money they make off of testing us. But I guess capitalism.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you gotta make the bacon's gotta come from some pig. So, like, why not the young ones? You know.
Yep, young people who can afford to pay for it.
Yes.
Although, like, you basically, to get into college or to get big into good college. No, I don't know if I should say that, but like. Usually you gotta take some AP classes now. Like,
yeah,
it's pretty important.
Like, you kind of have to stick your neck out in terms of academic success in order to actually even be looked at for a scholarship.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of smaller, or not smaller, but there's usually scholarships available for you. But if you really want the big ones, or even to go to the big colleges, you really gotta grind those ones out. So I mean, I guess it teaches. I'd say probably the best thing about it. It teaches you how to work hard, but I don't think everyone realizes that. That's probably the problem.
Nobody wants to work hard. Me, yeah, I'm lazy. Dude, I'll say it. What's up?
Speaking of working hard, I've been not to flex, but I've been grinding the gym, boys. I think I've been hitting like 2 hours a day. Just it's probably too much. It's definitely too much. But dude, I've been feeling good. And I've been
good for you. I've been doing absolutely nothing because I'm fat like that. So
that's the two type of people in quarantine. You're either the person who we have a good friend. His name's Cole, and he's done he has done all of his schoolwork from his bed. He doesn't own a desk, so he's been sitting in his bed for probably the past 3 months. I mean, obviously he's gotten up a few times, like once or twice.
I have a desk and I have this computer, but dude, I've just been using my Chromebook and sitting on my bed. That's what I've been doing.
No, but Cole's like in his bed, like covers on.
Oh no.
Like sweating.
No, you gotta sit up, man. Cole, sit up, man. You gotta type on that keyboard.
Yeah, but going back to the gym, the other day I I don't know how many miles it was. It was like 7.5 kilometers, so that's like 5 miles. It was like 5 miles, about just under 5 miles. And I was feeling I just like zoned out and I forgot my turn, so I just kept going forever. And I didn't realize that sand was in my shoe. Like I zoned out that much to where I didn't realize I was like running anymore. I was just like listening to my music and thinking. I got a blister, and I'm talking about kings of blisters. This thing is freaking, it's painful. Like it's not good.
Well, let's move away from boring stuff and talk about Space Force.
Oh, aliens.
So, the official Space Force flag was released today, or something like that. I don't know. I just saw it on the TV. It was like, oh, that's cool.
I gotta look this flag up.
It's pretty cool.
Oh my god, that is pretty dope, actually.
But also, like, Space Force, military in space, because we're gonna turn space into a battlefield just like Earth, you know? It's gonna happen.
Yeah, like how we don't even go to I don't know, colonize space. The first thing we're gonna do, let's weaponize space.
Yeah, let's put guns in space. All right? That's a good idea. Before we can even, leave Earth's orbit, let's put guns up there, just in case. Just in case aliens, bro. Just in case.
We're supposed to go back to the moon soon. Elon has been planning about this. I know this is just basically me loving Elon, but he's been complaining about this. Like, it's gone slower than expected. Like, the US isn't willing to pay as much. And, like, obviously, taxpayer money should probably be used for things better. But, like, really?
Like,
space is cool. Space is cool.
But like nobody needs schools. We could give space.
What?
No.
Space. We should just start a space champ. But anyways, we're supposed to get back to the moon soon, which will be cool. And in 12 days, we're supposed to have another rocket launch, I think, from U.S. soil. That will be pretty good. Hopefully this ages well. This could be bad.
But wasn't NASA was working on that one like space station something thing that goes around the Earth and the moon? It's just in an oval.
There was gonna be like an ISS, but over the moon. That would have been like a launching like a resting point for people who are going to Mars.
Yeah, that's a really big brain idea. It's like 4 times my brain size. No, probably no, probably 4.4. No. Yeah, 4.4 times bigger. Did the math.
Gus has a giant brain. Actually, his prefrontal cortex is just massive, but that's the only part of his brain, so he doesn't have the rest of it.
Yeah, no. You know that little connecty part that connects your brain to your spine? Yeah, that doesn't exist. I'm paralyzed.
The brainstem. Yeah, Gus, the brainstem does more than just talk to your nerves. It's like basic things like heart rate. Yeah.
Dude,
so how are you alive?
What's a heart?
Oh my God, this is. Jeez. Oh my God, Gus.
What?
That's how you break the. This is how we get out of the Matrix.
Yes.
Blue pill or red pill? Blue pill, red pill.
Green pill.
Oh my God, this is actually how we get out of the Matrix.
Yeah, dude. Because if you take the blue pill or whatever it was, the red pill, I don't remember what pill it was.
Yeah.
But if you take the green pill, you go outside, you get outside the Matrix, but then the Matrix, because like you're still in the Matrix, okay? Matrixception, all right?
That's pretty radical, bro. Speaking of movies, though, I watched 1917, and it was a very quality movie. I would highly recommend it. Obviously, it's not a very happy movie, but it is a very quality movie.
Looks very interesting. Yes, I've heard of it.
Have you heard anything? Yeah.
I haven't heard. I don't know much about it, but yeah, it's a very interesting thing to me, and I would watch it sometime if I had the chance.
We can have a little date. We can have a little date. With socks, though, of course. With socks.
Oh,
socks.
Yeah.
With socks on, it's fine. But I don't know if you know this, or basically talking to everyone. The movie is all one take. Like, obviously there's hidden cuts, but it's supposed to look like it's all continuous. Like, there's no cut.
Yeah, that's gotta be really difficult to like keep a plot moving through that.
But there's the thing. You would think that, like, I kind of went in the movie trying to not like it. I rented the movie because I had heard good things about it, but I was like, how is this going to be interesting? But I think I'd say there's like 3 or 4 scenes where there's a little bit too much walking and it gets too like pandering, but it does add to the plot of like suspense. But they do a really good job of keeping the viewers' attention, and I'd highly recommend it.
Speaking of movies, today is the day that the new Scoob movie comes out.
Do you watch it?
I have not watched it because it came out today, and it skipped theaters entirely. Obviously, because like you can't go to the theater right now because pandemic or whatever. But that's interesting because it totally skipped. I'm sure other films have done that though.
There's a big lawsuit going on though. I know that from like AMC theaters and like all the theater groups. Yeah. Saying that like Warner Bros. Will never have another movie in their theaters again, because I know like I think it was a new Trolls movie. Like, remember the movie Trolls? Yeah.
Like there was the one Trolls movie. What was it called? The Six Strings or whatever. The one with rock trolls or whatever.
Something like that. I didn't see it, but apparently I read that this movie had a massive success as a digital release, and I think the big movie theater companies got really mad at that.
Well, obviously, they just lost all their profits.
Yeah, I mean, competition good, but also, yeah, I could see where they got mad. So they were like pulling all Warner Bros. Movies, saying they'll never show another Warner Bros.
How do you make a legal case out of that, though? I'm no lawyer, but like, I don't know. How do you? I'm confused. Usually am so.
I don't think but they have the right to do that because it's their own movie theaters,
Yeah. Like
so I don't think there's
they own the film, so they can do whatever they want with it. But I don't understand how you sue them for not making a decision that includes you.
They're not suing them.
Well,
they're just
or whatever. I don't.
They're just putting a policy in or something like that. I didn't read all of it, but I knew they were putting a policy where they wouldn't show their movies anymore. So I don't think there would. Obviously, there's not unless Congress is doing that.
Okay, but that's the dumbest thing ever, though. Because we're not going to show your movies, but then they're just going to be like, okay, we'll just skip you forever.
Yeah, I could see. I don't know. Movie theaters are interesting. I don't know. I don't quite know. I know a lot of technology will get passed up in the coming years, but I don't know if people will be willing to give up that movie experience. Unless VR though, like VR movies.
I don't know. I don't know, man. I still prefer my theater.
I know that's people still, I don't know. People preferred MP3 players for a while, and the iPod came out.
Well, that is a totally unrelated analogy, so I will choose to ignore it.
Yeah, that was a pretty awful analogy. I'm good at that. Speaking of politics, we're awful at transitions. If you guys have any transitions,
what are you talking about?
No, well, yeah, we just gotta keep talking about it, and then they will never know. Okay,
dude,
in all
this is all one
episodes,
take, just like whatever 1917. This is all one take, bro. No transitions.
This is all
no
one
transitions
take.
At all.
No, nope. I don't cut a lot of words that we say. I'd never do that. It's no, I don't do it. It's all one take. But anyways, speaking of politics, Trump, we were talking about this earlier. Trump is probably, whether you hate him or you love him, he is genuinely, I don't know if I should, I'm probably not the biggest Trump fan. I know Gustine's a little more conservative, but he is probably the funniest president to ever exist.
He's just,
period.
Yeah, like his speeches, like if you ever hear him talk, I mean, he's not trying to be funny or anything, but it's just funny. You can chuckle at him because he's just Donald Trump. He's just there.
Sometimes he is funny though.
Yeah.
I'll give you one example. If I found this hilarious, like I said earlier, this period, I don't find this really political. It's just more, for me, he definitely is the funniest. And I'm not biggest supporter. Well, you do you though, don't care. But if you go to his website, his re-election website, and you type a bunch of gibberish after it, it comes up with a picture of Joe Biden saying, "Sorry, we don't know what you're looking for." It's like 50-50 with him though. Like sometimes he'll try and be funny, but the other times he's completely oblivious. He's like a child, like a small child.
Oh, there was one where there was a reporter, and he called on this reporter, and this reporter was flipping through her notebook, looking for questions to ask, and they were like mumbling under their breath, like, "I'm not thinking," or whatever. And Trump was like, "I know you're not thinking. You never think." It was like, oh.
Dude, it's like a stand-up. Like, imagine 15 years ago. Like, obviously, things would get a little heated, but how divisive we've become, and like how normal it is to just, hey, I don't like that question. Like, you would, George Bush, even think about George Bush, you never see him, like, maybe there's exceptions to this, obviously, but I guarantee you, it wasn't commonplace for him to be like, "That's a dumb question."
Yeah, it's politics today is literally like it's a bank robbery. Okay, you got to sneak into what's the word? Opposing bank. Like these two banks are competing. Okay, you got your Republican bank and your Democrat bank. All right. And then they're both sending in people, okay, to sneak in there. And some of them get trapped, some of them sneak through, all right? But like, I don't know. They're both stealing from each other. Is my analogy there?
Gus, I really want to cut to the clip about 5 minutes ago when you said that's probably the worst analogy ever.
Okay. At least my analogy is pretty bigger brain, you know? Like, Joe Biden's getting caught by the security cameras over here. Trump is getting stolen from, or whatever, in his bank, okay? It's a great analogy. I don't know what you're talking about. Shh. Shut up.
Gus, that is probably the single worst analogy I have ever heard.
No. Wait, the single worst or the second worst? Because yours was pretty bad.
Oh, that's a lot of talk from a wrestler.
I knew that was coming sometime soon.
Dude, we get to, we're so heated. I'm
You want to fight
right now too.
1v1 me right now.
Gus would beat me up. Gus is in wrestling. Do you know what I want to do? We've talked about this, I think, in the first episode. But boxing, I really want to, I wouldn't freaking get in a ring and like just spar someone to death. But like headgear and just like tapping people, dude, that'd be fun. I want to do that sometime in my life.
Yeah, that would be pretty interesting. But like, I don't know the whole point about, like, every fighting sport is different and they all have their weird strategies. It's really weird because, like, you think, like, you can look at a fighting sport and you're like, okay, why don't they just do this? But then, like, if you actually do the sport, it's like, oh wait, you can't just do that. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Probably don't know what I'm saying.
I saw Joe Rogan I was watching his podcast a few days ago, and he had the best analogy for that. It was that fighting is the most high stakes version of chess. Like, it's so, you gotta think so much, but also you'll get clocked in the head if you mess up.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that is a very good analogy. Petition for politics to settle arguments with chess.
That'd be awful. That would be absolutely. Although it should be something even more ridiculous, because like chess is too hard. It needs to be hard.
Like, no. The politicians, they hire these skilled people. Okay, these masters of chess. Okay, and they just duke it out, and whoever wins gets their way.
So it's like boxing.
It's chess boxing, yes.
But imagine we just have the actual politician just box.
Oh, can you imagine that?
That would be so funny.
Just two old men just duking it out, just whoa, boom. Or I suppose they don't have to be men. I'm not sexist. They could be young too. I don't know. I was just saying words. Okay, don't hurt me.
We're just saying words. Speaking of old men getting back in the ring, I don't follow much boxing, but Mike Tyson is going to get back into boxing.
What?
Yeah, he's 50.
What?
He's gonna get back.
He's gonna get back.
He's going. He wants to get back into boxing, and I don't know. It's a kind of ethical question because he might be taking steroids, but they'd be legal steroids because he is aging from his doctor. Yeah, but because obviously as you age, you lose or maybe not obviously if you didn't know that, but as you age, you lose testosterone. So Mike Tyson could be, or wants to get back into boxing, and that's like, imagine if Michael Jordan returned to basketball. Like,
dude, that'd be crazy.
So anyways, good news though, our COVID, or I hope good news, I hope this is good news, our COVID restrictions for at least where we live are easing. So on Monday the 18th,
yeah, 18th,
we will be able to go out.
Dude, I can get a haircut. I can get a haircut.
Will they be open?
No, they probably won't. That's probably not one of them that are included. I don't know. But I'm just really digging a haircut right now. I could use one.
Dude, my mom has been giving fire haircuts. Like, I got a fade. I got a mid fade, like 1 to 2. Oh, it was actually pretty crispy. It took a long time, but it was pretty crispy. I'm proud.
Dang, that's actually surprising. You have that much trust in your mother to cut your own hair.
she did her research. She was like, because we don't have anything to do. She was like, I'm gonna give you a ballin' haircut. And I was like, alright then. And you saw like it grown in for like 2 weeks.
Yeah,
a week.
It looked like Cade.
Yeah, it looked just like me. So that was pretty swag. But COVID restrictions, we'll be able to hang out in groups smaller than 10 people, which is hype for our social lives, I guess.
Yeah, dude. We can invite the boys over and play some flashlight tag or something.
I like how that's the first thing you want to do coming out of quarantine. Let's go play some flashlight tag, boys.
Who doesn't want to play flashlight tag? If you don't want to play flashlight tag, then you can go get shaved. Your head. Yep. Sick burn.
I thought about that
swimmer.
too.
Boom. Burn. Yeah.
Oh my god. Well, I don't shave my head for swimming. And second of all, if mother would have messed up, I like how I'm calling her. I said mother like I was 90. I'm not 90. Like, you know how old people, they call their wives mothers. Hey, mother. I find that weird. Whatever. That's a little weird for me. But if the haircut would have gone bad, I would have just, you know what, send it. We won't see anyone for a while.
Oh, bro, you gotta send the Snapchat to get it look good.
No, I just wear a hat, Gus. I'd wear a hat all the time. Yeah. And my hood.
I don't wear hats, though. I have hats. I don't wear them.
Yeah, hats just aren't my thing. I don't wear sunglasses either.
I don't wear sunglasses.
I know Gus wears glasses, but I don't.
Yes.
I've never worn. Alright. Yeah, that's debatable. When I'm fishing in the boundary waters, then I'll wear sunglasses. But that's probably the only time that I'll wear sunglasses.
Yeah. Yeah, like outdoors, like biking or something. That's the only time.
Yeah, usually when I'm mountain biking, I don't. That's probably dangerous for like twigs in my eyes. Should probably wear something.
Yeah.
Yeah, whatever. Speaking of biking, we should really go again sometime. That was
really fun. Yeah, we talked about that, didn't we? We went mountain biking.
Yeah, last episode we talked about
it. Was
we
pretty
went
cool.
Mountain biking. Pretty cool, like, and because it's still open, so it was pretty hype.
Mm-hmm.
We just cruised around, and it's nice to get outside.
Took some pictures. If you look at the story, you saw our social distance Titanic. It's pretty epic.
Yeah, I think eventually we'll post the social distance Titanic. Just quick plug in the middle of our podcast. This is where sponsorships would go, but we're sponsored by ourselves because we're that dope.
No. We have a sponsor. It's called Carrots. We're sponsored by Carrots.
This is our new segment. Today, welcome back. Today we are sponsored by Carrots. Make sure you are eating your carrots for proper nutritional value. What?
Have you ever wanted to have healthy eyes?
I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence about this divisive issue.
Carrot! Take carrots. They're good for you.
Got carrots? We just rip off Got Milk. Got Carrots? Anyways, this podcast is sponsored to you by Carrots. Mm-hmm. Go check them out. Link in description.
Yes.
I hope you think there's somewhat like a website domain, just Carrots? Carrots.com?
Probably. There's a website for everything.
There is a website for everything. How's your quarantine been going? What have you and the family been getting up to?
Me and my brother, we spent like an entire day. We dug it into our board game closet, okay? We dug out the old board game, okay? And there was this old, well, it wasn't really old, but it was the Star Wars card game, okay? And we pulled it out, and we the first time we opened it, we mixed up all the cards that we didn't know how to sort them, so we were like, oh, guess we can't play. We brought it back out, and we took like 2.5 hours to figure out how to sort of play the game. And then we sort of played the game, and then we figured it out better. And story time's done.
That was a pretty quick story time, but thank you. Thank you for that. You said you had a story, an interesting story.
Did I?
I guess you did. You don't have it anymore, because thanks for that. Oh, we can talk about so me and Gus are both in an engineering class, and we took the final today. And
we already talked about this.
We just talked about the AP final.
You're right.
But we're just bouncing around topics. We're that energy. Before the podcast, we said we were full of energy today, and I think that is pretty true. Still, how you feeling? How you feeling, Gus? You jacked up?
Okay. So here is a audio representation of my auditory or my energy levels throughout this podcast. That's where we are right now.
We're jacked up right now, if we're being honest. But anyways, our engineering final. So we get into it. I was like, oh, this is gonna be a nice, easy final, like all the other finals. They're all. Oh
yeah, we're just gonna cruise. We got 70 minutes, 20 questions. Oh yeah, we're good. We're all 4 questions, 1 question. 4 parts, 1 question.
Dude, it was difficult because there were a bunch of formulas on the formula sheet, and some of them we had only seen once before, and we just basically didn't cover it. So to say the least, the final was a little bit tricky, and it was
very difficult. And me and Caden being very big brain people, we slid by, okay? But like, some people are bigger brain than us, but then there's some people that aren't as bigger brain than us. And it's like, I kind of feel bad for those people, because like, this gonna be rough.
Yeah, there's specific because I don't mean to flex, obviously, but me and Gus are generally in the more AP focused classes, or the more college. Although I suppose engineering is a college class, but there are a lot more, I'd say, regular academic students in that class, and we struggled on it. I submitted it with 2 minutes left on the counter.
I beat Caden with 3 minutes.
Yep. No one
not to flex or anything, but
no one likes
faster than him at doing it.
You're in wrestling.
Oh yeah, look at me! I'm Caden Splish Splash.
Oh, okay, chill. Anyway, that was too far, Gus. That was too far.
Sorry, Caden. I didn't mean it. It was a joke. It was a ha funny. I'm sorry. Okay, continue.
But the final for those kids, I honestly do feel bad, because they're not the smartest, and like it really would have been a time
or
crunch.
even like the AP final, like for geography, like some of the kids in that class didn't know what they were signing up for.
Well, I think with this online thing, I'd say it is definitely challenging for educators to do their job, because you can't expect everyone to do the work, because a bunch of people, I mean, you have to expect everyone to do their work, but you have to be okay with the expectation that 75% of people are going to do it and 25% of people won't even look at it.
Yeah, I don't know how your grade stays alive with that.
It doesn't. I know some people that really haven't done most, like 90% of the work they've been assigned over the past 2 months, and they're at like C's and D's.
Imagine looking at Google Classroom being like, oh, attendance, okay, I'm done. That was fun.
Oh, so we have Google Classroom. That's what we're learning through our school district. Or basically our entire school district is learning through. And it only marks assignments that are due. So some assignments aren't due. And like, you're not going to go into every class and read everything, because you're not. We said that we do our work, and I do. I don't think I've submitted anything late over this period. Not to flex on anyone like that, but there's some questions or assignments that they won't mark as due, and I just will forget about them, and it will be like, oh, this is due in 45 minutes, but there was no due date on it. I guess that will be what I'm doing for 45 minutes.
Or like, because most people look at it in the morning, because they're still halfway in between summer and school sleep schedules. So they'll look at it towards the morning, and some teachers will post stuff later, so they just never get to it because they didn't see it because they thought they were done.
Yeah.
Uh,
That's you. They gotta be. I think it'd be nice to see people signing them earlier. On a kind of related to COVID though, and a good thing. Previously over Christmas, I went to a small little country in Central America known as Costa Rica, and it was probably the best vacation ever been on. It was insanely lit. We went whitewater rafting. That you got to do that. Is anywhere. It was lit. We went ziplining, and it was to the point where you could skydive. Like you were that high off the ground. Like no, people had legitimately done it. They'd they'd base jump. Would it be base jump? I guess it'd be base jumping. They'd base jumped off the zip line, so like it was that high, and so like I remember thinking in the middle of the zip line, like, wow, this is what like it is. This is what being alive feels like. Like,
dude,
just
okay. You ever just sit there and imagine, like, okay, what would it be like to skydive? Like, okay, so you're falling through the air and you're going so fast that it's probably hard to get oxygen in because, you're falling super fast, right?
Yeah.
And then, like, you're up in the plane, right? You're looking out of where you're supposed to jump, and you're just supposed to jump out of a plane.
No,
and you're just looking at this, like, okay.
I was watching Will Smith, he said on Instagram, literally today, this is so odd that we're talking about this now. Today a few days ago, he posted something on Instagram that I saw today, and it was about skydiving, and he was talking about how when you're going up in the plane, it's probably the worst feeling on earth, and you're like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. And then they open the door, you're like freaking out, and then they say 3, 2, and they jump on 2 because people will grab on 1.
Yeah.
So they jump on 2.
Oh.
And he said the moment you realize, just, oh my God, I'm doing this, he said it's the best feeling in the world. Like, you're just so serene.
Like, I've been ziplining, not a super big zip line, but like, this is a decent sized zip line. And like when you first jump off, like you're kind of free falling for like a bit, like maybe 5 feet or so, and you just get a nauseous feeling. It's like you're falling, but then the thing catches you, and it's like, oh yeah, we're going. Woo!
Like the adrenaline that I want to skydive in my life.
Adrenaline is so crazy though. It's like
it is like a chemical reaction in our brain. But anyways, going back to the original topic. We might go back in the fall if this COVID stuff keeps up, and me and Gus were talking about this before the podcast. We're concerned for school in the fall. We might not get to go back, and there could be forms of half the people going back, half the people staying home and rotating.
Imagine that. Do you imagine not being on the rotation with your friends though? Oh. It literally makes take everything fun out of school.
Oh my God, that'd be awful. Like that would be so awful.
Be the worst.
And then considering sports, everything for a period of time is going to be very different. And
everything already has been different.
Well, obviously. Like we couldn't have predicted that. That's the craziest part to me. There's no way we would have predicted this 8 months ago.
No, like, I mean, even like a year ago, or like 2 years or 3 years.
Imagine if we told ourselves, how we'd sound crazy. Imagine if we told ourselves because me and Gus were at a New Year's party on New Year's Eve. Imagine if we told ourselves that this year we would finish the school year, but it would be online because of a global pandemic.
It sounds something out of a book. Like, okay, yeah, the entire world has been stricken by a pandemic and is literally shut down. The entire world.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing. Hopefully this unites us more as people. I really want to hope that because we need it.
It's not going to, but we can hope.
We can. Guess there's always hope. I'm like Leia from the one movie, like Star Trek. That it was called Star Trek. Yeah.
May the pushing be with you or something.
Oh no, it was like Spaceballs. Yeah, Leia from Spaceballs. That one. Sorry, yeah. There's like a movie. It's like popular. In,
I know it's Spaceballs. I sort of know it's Spaceballs.
Yeah. What? Some people. Whatever. But we gotta have hope. But I was gonna touch on that. Like, this is probably the only thing, besides like the world wars, that has affected basically all of the earth.
And I don't even think the World War affected as much as this is affecting.
True, because like some countries in Africa didn't, but like except for we were talking about this. I was thinking about this and we were talking about it with some other friends other than you, because I actually have more than one friend, Gus. Haha. Yeah, I'm sorry, Gus. That was pretty brutal. But we were talking about how there's an uncontacted island in the Indian Ocean.
Oh yeah.
And imagine what they don't know this is going on. Like, isn't that crazy that they're fine?
Most of them would probably get super sick anyway if we went there and spread our germs like even without COVID.
Yeah, like what happened with the Native Americans when the European settlers arrived. That probably wasn't too good. We're Americans. We kind of just killed a bunch of people. Whatever.
Yeah, I mean, everybody does it, right?
Yeah, genocides. I mean, basically, it happens every 100 years, so...
that's so terrible, awful. But
awful.
It just happens.
Yeah, it's not even an awful joke because it's pretty much factual. Like, and not even there was a genocide 20 years ago in Rwanda. There was a
crazy.
There was a genocide in Europe, like 20 years ago.
20?
Yeah, within the Balkan states.
Oh, I suppose, yeah.
Like,
oh yeah, there was that one.
Like,
they're small, but they're still that's a lot of people.
Million people.
Yeah. Or small compared to the big historic one we're all thinking of.
Yeah. Although there are a few genocides that do get underplayed. Like, the Japanese weren't too nice during World War II to the Chinese.
Nobody was nice to anybody.
True.
During World War II.
There was a bunch of war crimes.
I mean, like, even allies were like, iffy.
Russia definitely wasn't very nice to German prisoners of war.
But Germany wasn't very nice to Russia.
Yeah, exactly.
They had it coming.
And it's Russia. Like, you can't expect Russia to behave. Speaking of Russia, I sent this video to you, I think. It was a Russian proposal. So this group of guys.
Oh, that's so terrible.
This group of guys. Oh, I shouldn't even said it was a proposal because I ruined the thing. But it was a group of guys who were pretending to rob a couple at gunpoint out of their car, but it was with actual guns, and it wasn't.
I'm pretty sure they were pretending to be like Russian SWAT or something.
Or no, they were pretending to be the mafia because they pulled up and there was that was only a clip of the video. I saw the video on Instagram, and they pulled up like they were a gang, like they were the Russian mafia, and like they owed them money for cocaine, and so these people hold this couple at gunpoint. So obviously the husband's in on it, but they hold them at gunpoint for a minute. At gunpoint, and they rip cocaine out of the dude's bag, but it was probably flour. It could have been cocaine though. It's Russia, and then they break the cocaine block. Out of the cocaine block falls, or the fake cocaine block falls, a wedding ring, which, well, all these guys have AKs pointed at everyone, and like the dude who's being held down at gunpoint and his now wife, or unless they're engaged, he takes the ring and proposes to this girl.
The girl is just bawling.
Yes, and she says she waits a little. She's bawling, and then the people who are holding real guns, they whip out a thing of flowers and give it to her, and she says yes.
I mean, okay, yeah, it's just I can't. There's so much wrong with that. Who thought that was a good idea, and how did they get so many people in on it?
They got
Russia.
That's such a Russia thing too.
It is. It's literally such a Russian thing.
How? Who? That's PTSD. That is legitimate PTSD. Like, oh yeah, how did he propose to? Like, I'm sure it's different.
Imagine their kids just be like, hey, Dad, how did you propose to Mom?
Well, I had a group of 20
story.
guys hold me and her at gunpoint. Jeez. I gotta do we should do the, right before we wrap up, we should do the Caden voice, so let's do, anyways, we forgot to do the Caden voice. There's multiple segments that we've pretty much abandoned over the course of 5 episodes, and this is my female voice, and the female voice is gonna lead us right on to the outro.
Okay, guys, I'm gonna go deep voice.
Deep voice.
Deep voice. No, I can't even do it. Instagram. Shameless plugs here. Excuse me.
You sound like a smoker.
What's up?
Like those
if you want to
commercials
if you want to contact us, get us on that Instagram at the Teen Talk Podcast, and DM us some suggestions for future podcasts and stuff, man. And then also I'd come join our Discord, man. It's in the description and stuff, man. I'm totally going. Where am I going with this? Podcasts are at 11 on Monday CST times, AMs, of course. I'm all over the place. This is terrible. I hope you got that.
Deep voice.
Dude, as we talked about earlier, I actually don't function at all. So no, I gotta get a brain, but yeah, with that, it's the Teen Talk Podcast out. Bye.
This is terrible. Okay, Gus is a smoker. Apparently, smoking affects his brain function too. He's really slow. Yeah, Gus doesn't have a brain. And with that, dude, zombie apocalypse comes, you're perfect. You're set. Basically, the whole moral of this podcast, Gus is a superhuman. Out, baby. Subscribe. Watch more videos now. Boom. Link, but playlist in bio. Yeah. Peace.